Hey guys, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We will do the final part of the Vellexia quest later on. For now, because we have the key, I want to go to Targona and get our mythic level up, and then see how that goes, and probably smash out 1 or 2 islands from Treasure of the Midnight Isles, and then finish up Velexia's quest. So that'll probably be like 2 episodes, and we'll see how that goes. So let's chat with Targona. Okay, Targona looks at the portal arch and her eyes burn with fury. It's here, the searing agony. I can barely stand, but the portal is closed, it's sealed shut. This portal is similar to the one you used to travel from the Nexus, but it looks far more ominous. From a distance, the pattern of symbols on the arch resembles a swarm of insects. The keyhole is equipped with shiny metal mandibles that look as though they are ready to snap shut at any moment. We have a key. Let's pay the Echo a visit. The portal looks like it will destroy the key after a single use. The Echo is careful. He won't allow anyone to have permanent access to his home. We might need more than one key. You still want to enter the portal. Ooh. We only have one key, but I'm willing to take the risk. My heart longs for battle. My old enemy will not escape this time. We'll press forward no matter what lies ahead. Okay, explore the lair. There are victims to be rescued, enemies to be defeated, and secrets to be revealed. Only then can the commander start on the journey back. The hand of the inheritor will help in this. Okay. The Arachne Devastator. Okay, Kater. We definitely want to check out what's going on there. And then some loot. Let's buff up. Do we... Okay, no. We are on our pets apparently, so that's good. Alright, let's see. Phantasmal Killer.
You won't fall here. I swear it.
Okay, we've got a lot of rocks, I think. How about we drop a Storm of Justice? That should hit all of them. I think we can afford to drop 2. Okay. Let's stealth up. Alright, so don't have anything else.
Let us press on.
The avatar of the Demon Lord stands motionless in the center of this horrific parody of a temple. At first glance it looks as though the Echo of Deskari is praying. However, upon closer inspection you realize that he is watching a swarm of insects consume the body of one of his victims. The tear looks more like a corpse than a living creature, but his eyes are alert and watchful. The guard of Pelura's Fall is silent as he meets your gaze, but a small smile plays around the corner of his parched, blood-crusted lips. For a moment, Seela looks around in shock, but then her dark eyes flash with anger. Someone will answer for all this evil and for torturing our friend. The monstrous creature turns around. He looks at you with an expression of shock and dismay. How? Where? Hold on, Kater, we're coming to help you. Kill that monster. The guard of Pelura's Fall whispers hoarsely. Don't let him get away. No, that will never happen. I'm a hunter, not prey. You hear a note of panic in the Echo's voice. Thankfully, I have something prepared for uninvited guests. Yes, I do. I've taken great pains to create this perfect parody of your goddess's temple. I filled this place with the suffering of her lackeys. This is my home, so let me welcome you to my abode with some fatal hospitality. You'll never leave here alive. You will all burn. A terrible rumble shakes the Echo's lair, and then... Alright. Argona's face is pale with rage and grief. It's the Devastator. A demonic mechanism is incredibly, immeasurably dangerous, and its fuel... Oh, I can feel the fire, the pain. This mechanism burns angels alive and uses their power as fuel.
They will break against
You've
our
crossed the
resolve.
wrong mongrel.
Okay. Let's charge in, I suppose. Let's see. Prayer, holy hymn. Let's do it. Looks like we tripped it and we won. Okay, that was not as difficult as I thought it would be. An angel falls out of the destroyed demonic mechanism. Argona shrieks like a wounded bird and dashes toward him. The angel's body is covered in burns. He is alive but unconscious. My brother, my brother. Argona whispers, how could this be? We thought you were dead. Is that Lariel? It's him. Argona cries out joyfully. Land whistles, and all of us in Neathholm thought this angel was buried in our Hall of Glory. Turns out our legends were lying to us. Can we help him? Will he survive? Yes. Argona's voice is filled with joy. He's wounded and weak, but I'll take him to the Nexus and heal his wound. Everything will be alright. Fight is over. I'll go help Kater. Alright, let's check out these things here. The corpse's worn and battered armor bears the symbol of Iomade. Heavy shield, definitely want that. Shield of incorruptible heart. Okay. Segments of dismembered bodies have been put together in the shape of a sword, the symbol of Iomade. From a distance, the beautiful angel appears to be unscathed. As you move closer, however, you can see that he's covered in a seething swarm of insects. They are crawling out of numerous wounds and laceration on his body. Yikes. This corpse is bound hand and foot. Its lips are frozen in a final death cry, and lava spill out of its open mouth. Okay, let's loot this thing. Alright, I don't know what we're meant to put in here. That's a bit of a bummer. Doesn't look like there's anything else. And I guess this is a replica of the temple back in Act 2, I guess. And another one. Don't have anything here. Alright. That's a bit unfortunate.
Godspeed.
Alright, let's chat with Kater. The Echo of Deskari's empty lair stretches out before you like a sinister parody of a holy temple. I'd love to burn this place to the ground, but there isn't time. We need to get out of here, and I think I have a solution. There's a service exit nearby. It's used to receive and deliver goods from Alice Shinra. It's protected by dark magic, but I think we can make it through. The magic may harm us, but I don't believe it's strong enough to kill us. Alright, we are definitely taking the Angel Mythic Path option. We will not leave until we commit everything to Holy Fire. Yes, let everything burn, and may every demonic abode meet a similar fate. Abode of grief and filth, fire will be your fate. You will burn, and we will leave victorious. The light of heaven, bright as ever, flows from you and kindles a holy fire, the wrathful flame of the righteous. Okay, well, we haven't got our mythic level up, although the quest is complete and it doesn't show any other quests to get it, so that's a bit curious. Alright, never mind. I thought that would give us another mythic level, but apparently not. Let's see. Shield of Incorruptible Heart. This +4 heavy shield grants the wielder a +2 morale bonus on saving throws against evil creatures. Whenever the wielder of this shield is critically hit, a Joyful Rapture spell is activated as if it was cast by 12th level cleric. Okay. I think I like Immaculate Petal more, so we'll hang on to that. We can probably sell the Ring of Protection too for some cash, which we'll do a bit later. Alright. I guess for now, I will head back to deal with Vellex's quest, although I think first of all we'll head back to the Nexus just so we can talk to Targona and see what happened with Lariel. Okay, there's Lariel, Daniel, Kater, and Targona. Let's have a chat with them. Despite his pale, tired face, the angel's eyes are surprisingly clear and alert. Most of his burns have been healed by magic, but his body is covered in scars. He looks exhausted. Pear is sitting next to Lariel. The guard of Pelura's Fall seems to have aged a decade during the time he spent in captivity. The Echo of Deskari must have subjected him to unspeakable torture, however his eyes are still keen and full of life. I did not truly feel the weight of my years until I saw you, Lariel. It has been a century since the wound was opened. A century since I saw you and your sister lead the refugees from Sarkoris. It's hard to believe all of that happened during my lifetime. I find it even harder to believe, my mortal brother. You've spent these decades fighting, but I've been living a nightmare in captivity. However, both of us are free now and ready to keep on fighting. But look who is here, Stooge, the one who brought us hope. You are the reason I'm here, Lariel. I owe everything to you. You are too kind. However, I'm grateful for your words. During every hour of every day of every year of my captivity, I prayed that the power of my sword would end up in worthy hands, and now I know that my prayers were answered. My hope was not in vain. My strength is not what it once was. I've been greatly weakened by my years of captivity and torture, and any power that I had left was consumed by the Devastator. But I'm ready to follow you to the end, no matter where our path may take us. Why did you go into the caves beneath Canabras? It was so long ago, and the memories are so bitter. You know about the angels who voluntarily locked themselves inside the wardstones? My sister and I were supposed to be among them, but my heart wasn't at peace. There was one thing I wished to do before I committed myself to the stone. I wanted to find the children of the first Crusaders, those who bore the curse of the world wound. We devoted ourselves to the war effort, but we were blind to the injustices that took place right under our nose. Those who deserved help were ostracized and sent away from the cities. Poor children were forced to grow up in the darkness of underground caves. I believed that these exiles were still alive and I wanted to help them, but in the end I only succeeded in bringing death to my comrades and captivity to myself. The things I had planned to do fell on your shoulders instead. Have you been a prisoner this whole time? Yes, I was the Echo's favourite plaything, but I would rather not speak about such things. Such stories only breed fear, and I will not reward my tormentors by remembering their deeds. Why didn't the Echo just kill you? Because he had other plans. The angel's voice is bitter. He does not like to kill his enemies quickly. It is not in his nature. He prefers to prolong their suffering. Trust me, I'm well acquainted with his methods. He likes sophisticated schemes and sinister plots that will drive his targets insane. That is what makes the Echo such a frightening opponent. He does not simply want to win. He's not content to kill his victims. He wants to take everything from them, make them suffer. He wants to destroy them. I have to go. Thank you for the conversation. Argona's eyes are bright with unshed tears. It brings me so much joy to see you, both of you. My dear ones are finally with me. Yes, sister, but our journey is not yet over. We are the warriors of light. Though we may fall, we will not lose, and though we may retreat, we will not surrender. We will stand alongside our friends and raise our blade and banner against the darkness. Yaniel has not forgotten her days as a soldier. Despite her age and her terrible years of imprisonment, she has not lost her military bearing. Okay. I guess we're going to Vellex's mansion then. So let's do that. Okay, we're at the Rapture of Rupture, so let's head in. Velexia's demeanor has changed since the last time you saw her. She looks at you with a mixture of boredom and irritation. When she greets you, her friendliness no longer seems genuine but forced and insincere. Here is our long-awaited guest. The performance is about to begin, and there is so much new talent here today. I wonder if any of them will entertain me. She looks directly at you as she makes this last remark. I'm starting to suspect that you are losing interest in our conversations. Vellexia throws you a withering glance and mutters something under her breath before she answers. In that case, you should act fast before you lose what remains of my interest. Vellexia claps her hands imperiously, and one of the performers begins to sing a heartfelt ballad in a deep, velvety voice. Vellexia looks tired and her eyes are full of sadness. There's a wistful note in her voice as she asks, "Tell me, how did you end up here in the Abyss? You are not one of us. Our ways are foreign to you. Why did you come to our world?" Let's whisper to the hand of the inheritor. What do you think is going on? The hand's voice is grim. This is the finale. The performance is about to end. As I've already told you, Velexia's temper is volatile. And now you can see the proof of my words. She has grown tired of her new Galarian companion and will unleash her anger upon you at any moment. If you can surprise her, you might buy yourself some time. Otherwise, you should be prepared for a fight. We are now in this wild creature's lair, and our enemies have us cornered. Let's go with the good option. I bring goodness and light to this dark place. I don't think that'll please her that much. A small tired smile appears on Vellexia's lips. What heroic self-sacrifice and so much pathos. You are still so young. The demon interrupts the ballad with an impatient clap of her hands. The singer quails beneath her imperious gaze and hurries away. Another performer steps forward, dressed as a jester. Here's another one for you, distinguished guests. How many mortals would it take to paint this manor? Depends how hard you throw them at the walls. Classic joke. That wailing was starting to annoy me. What do we have next? Oh, another fool has decided to entertain me with jokes. Well, as far as I'm aware, laughing at cripples and the misfortunate is popular on Golarion as well. If you ask me, it's a primitive form of entertainment. Still, you mortals seem to enjoy it, even though you try to pretend yourselves different from us creatures of vice and evil. Now that I'm thinking about it, what is the difference between demons and Golarions? Let's keep going with the good options. There is light and mercy in our souls. The demon waves her hand dismissively. Do you really think you are the first Golarion I've ever met? There is as much darkness in your souls as there is in ours, and you cannot pretend that your kind is unacquainted with the sins and vices that bring demons such delight. Don't bore me with your religious propaganda. Vellexia dismisses the jester with a wave of her hand. A scrawny spellcaster comes forward and immediately conjures up two illusions that begin to fight violently with one another. I'll cut off your wings, put you in chains and teach you obedience. May death take you, you despicable beast. Light will prevail. A classic demon versus angel fight. Vellexia rolls her eyes in exasperation and her voice is unpleasantly shrill. Deep down, I'm beginning to wonder if you are worth my time. Why should I desire your company? What more do you have to offer? Let's go with because chivalry and honor are concepts that are entirely foreign to you, your other suitors. That's enough. I feel like I'm talking with a statue that's come to life. It's as if I'm not even talking to you, but to an entire chorus of other mortals who have crammed your head with all these rules, regulations, and prohibitions. You are such a disappointment. Vellexia snaps her fingers in irritation and magic sparks fly from her fingertips. Performers who were unlucky enough to provide the evening's entertainment begin to scream with pain. Their bodies change shape, density, and color. In a matter of moments, they have been completely transformed into a set of whimsically decorated furniture. The pieces of furniture creak sadly as if lamenting their bitter fate. Velexia's face contorts violently, her beauty disappears and her features transform into something wild and animalistic. Her jaws expand, revealing her horrible teeth. Guards, kill him. If you can't amuse me in any other way, at least you can entertain me with a fight.
Yet another obstacle.
Okay. Where is Vellexia? Not exactly sure. I guess we're just fighting then. Alright, let's drop a Storm of Justice. And we'll drop another one. Succubus Guard. Okay, there's Vellexia. let's basically charge her then. And we can't hit the other succubus guard, so let's hit one and Vellexia with our Storm of Justice. Okay, that worked. Now I think we need some heals. Okay, Vellexia is a bit tougher to get through with Enio's phantasmal killers. Is there anything we can do? There should be. Don't need grow claws. Arc of Justice. Let's do that. And yeah, let's do Vision and Madness skill checks as well. And maybe we should use Bolt of Justice. Okay. Let's try a Storm, just to get rid of this succubus guard up here. Okay, Vellexia regains her beautiful appearance. She wipes the blood from her pretty face as she screams desperately, "Mercy, in memory of the sweet moments of intimacy that we've shared together, do not kill me." Lift the spell from the unfortunate people you've turned into objects. Free all of them now. And this is the price of my salvation? Well, they are free to go, these talentless, incompetent idiots. At least in my manner they were of some use, but you can have them if you want. Were it not for the commander, I would have chopped your head off. Turning living creatures into other things it's the worst of all crimes. I don't fancy showing her mercy. You've lived long enough. Finish the demon off. The fleeting affair between the Galarian warrior and Vellexia, the de facto leader of Alushinra's aristocracy, has come to an end. Some might call it short-lived and tragically brief, but from a statistical point of view, it was an extremely rare and happy relationship. After all, the mortal managed to remain physically and mentally intact and to leave without being turned into a wardrobe or a notebook. That is true. Okay, let's take all of that.
I will guide us.
Okay.
Godspeed.
Why can't I loot these? Is there any way to get up there?
Let us press on.
Doesn't look like it. Okay, that is Vellexia done. Commander's exploits are the subject of every conversation in Alushinra. Okay, not quite yet, but we'll get there. Oh, that's right. We have to do this as well. Find Zephyrian. This we can't finish off, walking on corpses. Okay, so we basically only have one more in our Isles quest. So I think what we need to do is the companion quest. Okay, we can't do Embers because we need to meet Nocticula. We can probably do Willidus's mansion, Imalchio's mansion as well. Bring Woljif to the abandoned mansion. Alright. Okay, where's the abandoned mansion? Over here? House of Wicked Knowledge. Oh, it's just over here. Right. That should be fine. Okay, we have Woljif in our party now, and we're at the abandoned mansion, so let's head in. Alright, let's see. Can we find anything? I think I came in here previously, so probably looted everything. And I guess all we have left to do is to move up in here and see what happens. Botil is waiting for you in the main hall of the mansion. The spikes on his powerful shoulders and back bulge out violently. I knew the spawn of Igfales would come to gaze at his inheritance. Pathetic, stupid nobody, do you think you'll be lucky a second time? Run, little tiefling, run away and don't stop, and maybe you'll survive a little longer. But I'll still find you, no matter where you run, and I'll suck your eyes out of their sockets like grapes from their skins. You think I was just lucky, you lizard? I had the chief with me then, and now I don't even need the chief to kick your ass. I came from my inheritance, my power. And when I get it, we'll see who's laughing then. Woljif looks back at you and whispers, I think I went a bit too far there. You reckon he'll kill me quickly after that? And the thing I just said about not needing you, I was just saying it, but I didn't mean it, so don't get any ideas. Why are you so eager to destroy Woljif? He hasn't done anything to you. He and Igfales are all guilty before my mistress by virtue of their very birth. Lady Hepzibah, the strongest child of Baphomet, hunts down her unworthy brothers and sisters because she alone should stand before the throne of her father, the Lord of Labyrinths. I will tell you how Igfales was killed, you pile of refuse, and this story will be the last thing that you hear. No one can escape from Mistress Hepzibah. Igfales tried. At first he settled down here in Alushinra. He thought that in the lands of Nocticula, no one would get him. I found him for my mistress. When he sensed me, he locked himself in his treasure room like a cowardly rat, not wanting to accept his inevitable death. I carved through his henchmen and reached his hiding place. The bones of those who did not have time to flee crunched beneath my feet. I tore down the doors of the treasure room, pretending to myself that I was ripping apart the pathetic coward, but inside, I found only a corpse. Oh, my lady was so pleased, but the demon's small eyes squint suspiciously. I knew something was wrong. The corpse lay in front of me, but I felt sure that Igfales had escaped. I tortured his servants until they revealed the secret of the moon of the abyss. I made them search every corner, but the moon was gone. How many years I searched for it, and then I found not only it, but this tiefling as well. Lady Hepzibah will reward me when I bring her the horned skull of a defective spawn that dishonors the blood of Baphomet. And she will reward me twice over when I reveal the escape of that scum Igfales. Is Woljif a descendant of Baphomet himself? Yeah, so you're telling me I'm related to old Baphomet? How'd that happen? Lord Baphomet conceived many demons, many bastard children unworthy of their father. One of them was Igfales. who made his way to Galarian. His blood, and hence the blood of Baphomet, flows in you, Tiefling. Lady Hepzamira will destroy all who defile the purity of this blood. Hold on, so does this mean that when you were telling me all those tall tales about actually being a prince of a faraway land, you were actually telling the truth? Looks like it. Go figure. Woljif shakes his head in disbelief. I mean, I thought I was lying, but turns out I tripped over the truth without even knowing it. You sure did, Sealer grins. I seem to recall you wangling 10 coins out of me, promising to repay me with heaps of gold once you found your family and got your inheritance. Wow, it's time to pay up. The thing is, my family's still alive and kicking, see? Why don't we revisit this topic once we're not under threat of a slow, painful death? What is this moon of the abyss? Ask the Tiefling. If Igfales left the moon for him, he should know the answer. Nobody explained nothing to me. I don't even know why it's so important. Why does nobody ever tell me anything? I don't even know who's this Igfales guy is. My grandpa? My great-grandpa? My uncle? Botiel howls with laughter. Stupid Tiefling, you don't even know why you are going to die. The demon that caused you to be born will also be the cause of your death. How did you know that Woljif was coming here? I was informed that the Tiefling I was searching for had set foot in the streets of Alushinra. Where else would he go but to the mansion of his ancestor looking for treasure? The Shadow brought me here. The Shadow should have known you were here because it always protects me from you. But why? Why didn't it warn me? Would you just take the moon of the abyss and leave me and Woljif alone? Votiel laughs hoarsely. I'll take the moon of the abyss, yes, but I'm in no hurry, and you're going nowhere. Skewered on the edge of my spike, that's where you belong, just like your friend, and everyone else who decides to intercede on his behalf. I will make a goblet of your skull and bring it to my mistress. If that counts as leaving you alone, then you will have peace aplenty. Ha ha ha. Alright, enough talk. Easy enough. Ah. Revenge on Hepzamira and her henchmen. A gigantic demonic shadow separates from Woljif and menacingly hangs in the air. At times it seems to grow, as if the atmosphere of the abyss is feeding it and giving it additional strength. Woljif, the voice of the shadow is deep and low, and it seems to penetrate the mind, enveloping and replacing any other thoughts. My heir. Woljif freezes as if under some spell. Grandpa, your honor, I don't know what to call you. I've never had a grandpa like this before, and and I always knew it was your shadow. You're my guardian demon, huh? Ah, well, why not? Always knew I was special, a prince or something, and this is the chief. You should get to know each other, chief. This is my grandpa. It's a pleasure to make the acquaintance of the demon who outwitted Hepzamira's henchmen. It is easy to deceive those who do not know what you know. My grandson Woljif discovered this knowledge without my help, and I am proud of him. He deserves to become my heir, the one who will take my strength and avenge the fall of our branch of the family. A new Igfales will rise again. That's great and all, Gramps, but I'm not quite following you. Revenge? A new Igfales? I want your power, of course, but like you just said, it's easy to deceive and all that. Right, Chief? What do you want from Woljif, Igfales? I want my grandson to accept my power and become a continuation of me. Tell me, Woljif, do you want to ascend to the top of the world and rule it? If we combine my powers with your resourcefulness, the abyss will submit to us and all those who've wronged us will be punished. Are there many such wrongdoers, Woljif? Yes, I see, I know, and every wrong has been another step leading you to this moment. You have endured everything. You are worthy of great power, my grandson. I'm worthy? Yeah, but I didn't even do anything. Listen, Grandpa, I understand you've been holed up in that crystal for a long time, so you probably don't mean well. I just steal here and there, trade a little, and I've never done anything special, you know? Maybe I'm not worthy at all, maybe you're just wrong. What if later you turn around and say, why'd I go and give you that power, you useless idiot? No, I'm not mistaken. I foresaw your birth, and I foresaw that you would come here. You are exactly what I need, Woljif, and no one can replace you. How did you survive? Thanks to Aradin. Igfalis gives a low chuckle that rumbles like distant thunder. I do not know if you remember the times when prophecies were not just heaps of useless words, but I do remember. You see, I am the son of Baphomet. I don't think you need an explanation of who he is. Baphomet conceived many children, but my sister Hepzibah wanted to be the only one. She marked us for death and hunted us down quite successfully. I did not want to be among her victims. I hid in Alice Shinra, but I knew it wouldn't last long. In the end, I decided to learn my future. Forewarned is forearmed. I was able to acquire all the knowledge I needed about my future self after many rituals. I saw a vision of how I'd put a crystal like a dark moon into a silver setting. I spent a long time trying to understand this vision, and finally, bit by bit, a prophecy came to me. I realized that I would have to die in order to live again, that the dark crystal must become my refuge and the receptacle of my powers. I must hide my soul in the crystal and wait for my heir to come to the abyss and free me. This crystal is the moon of the abyss set within a silver mount. I sent it to Galarian for my grandson. You see, Woljif, I anticipated your birth like no one else. Why did Votil dislike you so much? Votil, he wanted to curry favor with his mistress and nothing more, but you cannot deny his intelligence. Hepzibah was appeased when she saw my head, but he discovered the truth about the moon of the abyss and almost killed Woljif. Hepzibah, the stupid cow, just wanted to destroy all her brothers and sisters indiscriminately. But Votil, his mind was constantly seeking ways to please her, and this desire aided his efforts. Well, he died pursuing his dream of greatness. Demons don't give something for nothing. What do you want in return? I have only one condition, and it is a very small one. Igfalis shrinks down to the same size as Woljif. My spirit will enter your body, Woljif. It will hide within you, just as it hid within the crystal, invisible to you and invisible to others. So you sort of want to take over my body? Woljif looks disappointed. Really, Grandpa? I thought better of you. I'm your grandson, you know. You shouldn't treat your grandkids that way. You take care of them, put up with their hijinks and stuff, not make puppets out of them. Life has taught you to be too cautious, Woljif. I do not want to take your body. I want to help you. Who were you before you found the moon of the abyss? A pathetic thief from a small town, a coward and a traitor, a boy who was hated by his own mother, driven away from everywhere he went. And now look, Votil is dead. Look at all the treasures that are rightfully yours, and this is just the beginning. You will become the prince of the abyss, my grandson. Igfalis' voice grows lower, more insinuating. As for my living within your body, your success will be my success. I will only give you advice as I did in the whirlwind, and you will be free to choose whether or not to listen. However, I see that words will not satisfy you. Let me show you what you will gain if you agree. You say I've been driven away from everywhere, but the chief hasn't chased me off yet, so show him too, since we got into this together, chief. Actually, it's fine, forget about it. Do what you want. This is a tough choice. Show me too. I don't want Woljif to have to face you alone. No, you can't accept his gifts. Don't even look at them. You're making a mistake. Alright, let's see. Igfalis shows no sign of impatience, but his darkness seems to become deeper, more compelling. What a loyal friend you have, Woljif, but maybe the chief just wants to guide you every step of the way. Maybe he's just afraid that you will become too independent. Woljif looks to you as if trying to find the answer, but then turns away. I don't know, Gramps, maybe you're right, but even if the chief mouths off, even if he doesn't do what I like, he's still the best thing that ever happened to me. At least let him take a look. As you wish, Igfalis begins to grow, his darkness pulsating as it surrounds you until you are completely enveloped and nothing else can be seen. There is only silence, only darkness, and a soothing voice. Close your eyes. I will show you what the world will be like when the dark moon of the abyss rises. As the darkness recedes, you realize that you are standing on a deserted street in Canabras. However, to call it standing is an exaggeration. You are a disembodied spirit, and through your transparent body you can see the walls of neighboring houses. Next to you is a slovenly dressed old woman with a swollen face, her lips pursed unkindly. When she opens her mouth, you hear the velvet voice of Igfales. Observe, Commander. Get back here, you little weasel. Trying to steal from us, were you little rat? Demon spawn, I'll throw you into the whirlwind. A boy of about 10 runs towards you, and as he gets closer, you recognize him as Woljif. He looks scared and clutches a piece of bread to his chest. Grandma, help me. You said I should take the bread from him. Hide me, Gran. The old woman does not budge. Look at you, Woljif. Small, weak, useless, always blaming others, always holding them responsible for your failures. You are exactly the same as you have always been. A boy who is so afraid of the world that he hides behind someone else's back. First your grandmother, then the thieflings, then the commander. The boy can't hold back his tears and not Gran. Why don't you ever help me? You're all I have. They'll beat me, so hide me, please. You will remain this way forever because you are too cowardly and weak to cope on your own. Only I can free you from this fear. Accept my power and destroy your enemies. Come on, do not hesitate. Igfales turns to you. Watch, Commander. Once he gets a taste of this power, you'll never be able to sway him again. Woljif, you are not a lonely child anymore. You do not need the powers of a demon. You have powers of your own, and you have my help. Woljif turns to you when he hears your voice, wiping away his tears and sniffing loudly. The illusion vanishes, and he becomes an adult again. Chief, you're here. Let's wipe the floor with him. Me and you've fought against the demons. What can a bunch of bandits do?
Hey! Do not hold back.
When the darkness dissipates, you find yourself in a familiar basement, the one belonging to the thieflings. Kerismea and the others stand across from you as menacingly as they did before, and next to you, next to Woljif is you. I thought better of him, and I trusted you. You will never change, Woljif. I wasn't wrong about you after all, Woljif. You are a traitor. I took you into the gang because I heard you were a master lockpicker. I was warned that you were a traitor, but I didn't listen. I took you on, and for what? You've only endangered the family. I didn't betray you. I only took what belongs to me, right, Chief? It's your fault. I've been treated badly. Maybe if you were nicer, I wouldn't have done it. Don't try any of your fast talk on them. It's useless. Deep down, you wanted your chief to appreciate you and for the thieflings to love you for who you are, so that they could really become your family, since your blood relatives never were. But look at yourself. Coward, a thief, a loudmouth, a street rat, and even a demon spawn. Who'd even want to accept you? There's nothing in you worthy of any interest. Take my power, Woljif, and enchant them. They'll praise your name endlessly. You bask in their adoration. Let's choose the first option. You can't make them love you. Try to tell them how much the moon of the abyss means to you. If they don't understand, remember that I understand. Woljif nods and takes a step towards Kerismea. His tail twitches. If I could tell you I took the moon of the abyss and stay here with you, I would, but I know I can't. The laws of the family don't work that way. I'm sorry it ended this way, sister. I had fun with you lot. You're the best gang I've had. It doesn't matter if you love me or not. We knew it. You've always been a nasty street rat and always will be. Aha, what kind of rubbish are you talking, Woljif? darkness dissipates again like in the last illusion, but this time you see not one Woljif in front of you, but two. Second looks at Hepsamira, who is before him. He looks like an exact copy of himself, but something in him has changed imperceptibly. Presence is cold, and there is greatness, like an aura of darkness that vibrates around him. Now look, Commander. No, don't kill me, have mercy. See what my power bestows? Imprisoned in the crystal, I felt how he called to me, how my magic was changing. I can defeat Hepsamira, even Baphomet himself. With my power, you can easily crush your enemies, and any crusade will seem like a leisurely stroll. Now come and guide my heir to the right path. Is this what I'll become if I accept your gift, Grandpa? I do look pretty good. His voice still sounds uncertain. Woljif looks back and forth between you and his double, so we need to decide right now. There won't be another chance. Alright, I have to ask the Chief one last time. What do you reckon, Chief? Take your power and destroy the old Woljif. You can do it without him. To win, I need you and all the loyal friends I fight alongside, not deals with demons. I don't care, do what you think is best. Let's go with the second option. Woljif smiles. What's that, Chief? Can't do without my high quality goods from the best warehouses of the family, huh? You know, life's not bad with you, Chief, although I've already developed a tick in my tail after all the adventures we've been through. And all in all, well, what's left to think about? Hey, Gramps, I've decided. Woljif tosses the Moon of the Abyss in his hand. This thing's beautiful and expensive, of course, and I'll miss it. But I don't need any suspicious crystals, you know. I'll get rich after this trip and buy myself some ordinary ones. Any hint of subtle persuasion instantly disappears from Igfales's voice. Weak coward, you give up power, and for what? For human sentimentality? For friendship? You, who never before believed in all those sweet words, have allowed them to poison your mind. Hey, no, Gramps, I've been watching the Chief for a long time. After all the stuff he's done and said, he's never once lied to me. Not ever. He was on my side when nobody else was, and you sat in a medallion and waited for your prophecy to be fulfilled so you could put me on and wear me around like a little meat vest. Think on it good and hard, Grandpa. Of the two of you, who do you think I'd trust? Stupid little rat, I thought better of you. Apparently your horns have finally grown through your brain. I'll have to beat all that nonsense out of you. You will only serve me. Okay. Let's do Storm of Justice.
Tactical retreat? No?
Let's do another one. Okay.
Well, that's that, I guess. And I was just getting used to having a grandpa. He's not the type who will teach you how to fish and fill a pipe, you know, but he's alright. Probably even decent for a demon. Not surprising that Gran remembered him well. But who gives a damn about Grandma? Chief, I mean... Thanks. I don't know why you've treated me so... I'm nothing, you know? Well, look at me and... and you... But it turned out that we're, well... friends? Actually, friends. And you've been there for me. Why are you looking at me? I'm not crying. My voice is like this because my throat's dry. It's dusty in here. That's why my throat's itchy, and my eyes are watering, and my nose is running.
What are you gonna do now?
Now? Are you the chief or what? You tell me. You know, I've got a good feeling about our campaign. So far, we've dealt with everything that's been thrown at us together. I'm starting to think the wrong gang was called the Family, you know? I'm with you to the end, Chief. And after the campaign, well, you'll have to live long enough to find out. Let's defeat all the demons and then we'll see.
What will happen to the Moon of the Abyss?
Huh? That's that. But I'll keep the setting. It's nice work. Delicate, and another stone will look better in it. I'll keep it so I don't forget the choice I made, and why. I'll just get it out, look at it, and remember. Ooh, and then if I live long enough to open my own shop, just a thought, you know, I'll put it in a glass case where everyone can see it and drive themselves sick with jealousy.
Better get out of here for now.
Well, so long to the old family nest. It's a pity I can't bring this back to Galarian. Well, not all of it, but there is something we can do. Hey, Chief, let's clean this place out from top to bottom so not even a speck of gold is left behind.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Alright, that's done, and I think I've already previously cleared this place out. Eat for less doesn't look like... Oh, what's a secret door? Okay. Where's the secret door? There it is. Okay, diamond dust is always handy. Take this grog. Okay, that it? That's a bit disappointing. Hoping for more. But alas, not to be, I suppose.
Our path leads on.
Okay, there's a secret in here apparently.
That is quite a discovery.
Okay. How do we get in there?
I found
Oh, okay, fair enough.
something.
Right, there's more traps, so... Need to try and disarm them, obviously. Okay. Disarm that one there. Perfect. Okay, another room.
I am helpful, am I not?
Right, looks like more loot in here. Which should be handy. Let's see if we get anything
I
good.
hope you appreciate this.
Ah, got a bit of cash. That's always handy. And some scrolls. Right. Something over here. Okay. Another scroll.
I am helpful, am I not?
Wandering Conman. Cloth grants the wearer a plus 10 competence bonus to trickery and plus 10 competence bonus to athletic skill checks, as well as plus 2 bonus to attack rolls. Attacks of opportunity, okay. That's actually pretty solid. Mage armor. Let's give her trickery then. Okay. Alright. I think we've explored everything. Other than whatever's over here. How do we get over there? Or into here? Can we get in here? Jump across. Doesn't look like we can. Alright, that's a bit of a bummer. Some way to get across there, that's the question.
I will guide us.
Doesn't seem like it. Okay.
Godspeed.
Buttons or anything. Okay, well, I guess this is a good place to end the episode. We dealt with Woljif's quest, and we also finished up with Vellexia's quest, so that's nice. We didn't get a mythic level upgrade, even though we finished the Devastation quest, so I'm not sure what happened there, but it is what it is. Yeah, in the next episode, I guess we'll go back to Treasure of the Midnight Isles and knock off 1 or 2 islands there. So that's the plan moving forward. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.